In previous lecture we had discussed about a transformer on no load. A transformer is said to be on no load when the secondary is open circuited, means when the secondary current is zero. So in this lecture we are discussing about the practical transformer. So first of all, what is a practical transformer? You can see that as we had discussed earlier, the certain properties of an ideal transformer. Certain assumptions were made which are not valid in a practical transformer. For example, in a practical transformer, the winding have resistances. The core has finite permeability and there is a leakage flux also. That's why the efficiency of a practical transformer is not 100% due to the losses, but in the practical transformer the efficiency will be 100%. So the difference between ideal transformer and practical transformer, we are saying in ideal transformer the efficiency is 100%, but in a practical transformer this is not possible. The efficiency of a practical transformer is not 100% due to the losses, because there is a winding resistance, there is a finite permeability, and there is a leakage of flux. So that's why there will be no 100% efficiency due to the losses. So first of all, here we are discussing about winding resistances. You can see here the winding resistances in this diagram. Here R1 is the primary winding resistance and R2 is the secondary resistance. So winding resistances means an ideal transformer is supposed to possess no resistance, but in actual transformer there is always some resistance of primary and secondary windings. The effect of resistance is equivalent to an ideal transformer with resistances connected in series with each winding. You can see here where the quantities R1 and R2 are the resistances of the primary and secondary windings of the actual transformer. So you can see here the winding resistances. Now the second is leakage reactance. Now what is leakage reactance? We have a diagram for a leakage resistance and we have a representation of leakage fluxes with reactances. So leakage reactances means in an ideal transformer it is assumed that all the flux produced by the primary winding links with the primary and secondary windings. However, in an actual transformer, not all of the flux remains with the magnetic core. A portion of this flux is diverted to the non-ferromagnetic material surrounding the windings, generally air or oil. This is because the surrounding medium also has a definite permeability, although it is very much less than that of the core. This is small portion of the flux which traverses an external path is known as primary leakage flux. It is denoted by phi L1. You can see here primary leakage flux phi L1, and similarly the secondary leakage flux phi L2. The flux phi L1 links only the primary turns and induces an EMF EL1 in the primary. Here EL1 in the primary. Also the secondary current I2 produces a flux phi 2 which opposes the main flux phi m. Here we have a main flux phi m. Now a portion of this flux is also diverted to the surrounding medium. This leakage flux is called the secondary leakage flux phi L2, that is represented here. Secondary leakage flux phi L2. It only links the secondary turns and induces an EMF EL2 in the secondary. So each leakage flux links one winding only and it is caused by the current in that winding alone. The flux which passes completely through the core here, through the core and links both winding is called the mutual flux, that is represented by phi m. Phi L1 and phi L2 are different from the both are different from induced voltage E1 and E2 caused by the mutual flux phi m, as the leakage flux linking with each winding produces a self-induced EMF in that winding. Hence the effect of leakage flux is equivalent to an inductance in series, like this. Inductance in series, or we can say that hence the effect of leakage flux is equivalent to an induces in series with each winding, such that the voltage drop in each series inductance is equal to that produced by the leakage flux. In other words, a transformer with magnetic flux leakage is equivalent to an ideal transformer with inductive reactances X1 and X2 connected in series with the primary and secondary winding respectively. You can see here in this diagram. Similarly, the quantities X1 and X2 are known as the primary and secondary leakage reactances respectively. It should be noted that X1 and X2 are fictitious quantities introduced as a convenience in representing the effect of primary and secondary leakage flux. So these are the winding resistance and leakage reactance. Now in the next topic you have derivation of equivalent circuit of a transformer. So first of all you can see here a diagram of equivalent circuit of a transformer. Firstly we apply a AC, then we have V1 here. Now R1 is the primary winding resistance, X1 is primary reactance. Now you know very well, as we had discussed earlier, IW and I mu. I mu is magnetizing component, it magnetizes the core, and I mu is also called reactive or wattless component of no load current, or IW supplies the hysteresis and eddy current losses in the core and the negligible I square loss in the primary winding. So IW is called the active or wattful component of that current. Similarly, you know I2 is the secondary current and A is a transformation ratio here. R2 is the secondary resistance of secondary. X2 is the reactance of secondary. E1 is induced EMF in primary. E2 is induced EMF in secondary. Here ZL represented the load. So by this equivalent circuit of a transformer we are saying if this is also called as exact equivalent circuit referred to the primary, then can be that can be deduced firstly all secondary resistances and reactances are reflected to the primary as the square of the transformation ratio. Transformation ratio means A. So we are saying all secondary resistances and reactances are reflected to the primary as the square of the transformation ratio. That means quantities R2, X2 and ZL, secondary quantities R2, X2 and ZL in the secondary becomes A square R2, A square X2 and A square ZL respectively when referred to the primary. Similarly, in second point we are saying all voltages are reflected from secondary, here from secondary to the primary directly as the product of the transformation ratio. Means V2 and E2 in the secondary become AV2 and AE2, product of transformation ratio, AV2 and AE2, like this when referred to the primary. In third point we are saying all secondary currents are reflected to the primary inversely as the transformation ratio. So I2 in the secondary becomes I2 upon A, like this. I2 is equals to I2 upon A when referred to the primary. So here you can see the equivalent circuit with all secondary values referred to the primary. This circuit is called the exact equivalent circuit of the transformer referred to the primary. So this is your equivalent circuit of a transformer. In next lecture we will discuss about losses of a transformer. Thank you.